Have you ever had one of those moments where life just, completely veers off track and suddenly all your plans, all those routines, they just get shaken up? That feeling, that challenge, but also the opportunity hidden inside it for real change, for healing. Well, that's exactly what we're getting into today. For this deep dive, we're pulling from Tarot by High C, specifically their astrology of the day, and a really interesting story scope they have for August 22nd, 2025. And the main event, it's this potent new moon in Virgo.
Yeah, our mission here is to unpack what that really means. Refining things, serving others, how to be practical, but also stay open when things get, well, weirdly unexpected. Ultimately, we're exploring how you can heal into a future that isn't written yet. A blank page ready for you, but maybe not in the way you typically approach it.
Right. Building on that, Virgo season actually starts on August 22nd, 2025. And High C's initial take for the day is about grabbing those creative sparks, those insights, and then figuring out practical ways to actually use them. It's turning like beautiful ideas into beautiful realities, but through patient, skilled work. So it's not just about dreaming it up.
No, definitely not. That really hits the core of Virgo, doesn't it? It's that heightened perception, sure, but also this deep drive for practicality, for refinement. It's a subtle shift maybe, but it's important. Moving from just making something to actually perfecting it, and from just, being seen to actively serving. The idea is whatever's been brewing, whatever's been envisioned, now needs that careful work, that practical touch to really land, grounding the big picture.
Yeah, grounding it. And there's a heads up in there, too, about how we interact. Even if we mean well, the source warns too much picky criticism might hit a nerve. It really points towards needing loving respect for boundaries. So it's about being thoughtful in how we engage, right? Not just like blurting out every flaw we see.
Exactly. It's discernment.
Right.
Knowing what actually needs saying and how.
Right.
Virgo's eye for detail is powerful, but yeah, it needs that compassion, that awareness of where others are at.
Okay, so with that groundwork laid, let's focus on the main event, the new moon in Virgo itself. What's the core vibe here? What energies does it ask us to work with?
Well, this new moon comes packed with logic, precision, practicality, efficiency, organization, problem solving, and definitely service. It's a really strong setup for practical moves, for refining how we approach the future, actually. That grounded analytical energy, it's like our compass for what's coming, helps find clarity, even if things feel a bit chaotic.
And what really caught my eye is that High C points out this is the first of 2 Virgo new moons. There's another one coming up, an eclipse apparently on September 21st. What does that mean, having 2 so close?
Yeah, that's a really key point. A second new moon, especially an eclipse. It points to a story unfolding. Like, there are unresolved matters that still need our attention. So it's not just a one-off intention-setting moment. It's more like the start of a process. Themes that pop up now, they'll likely circle back next month for a deeper dive. Tells you to really pay attention now.
Okay, so this first new moon is a big chance then. A chance to imagine a future that's still, taking shape. To voice our hopes and actually help create the reality we want. But the source emphasizes being open to new ideas and needing to rewire our brains. What does rewiring our brains really mean in this context?
It means consciously stepping beyond the old ways of seeing things, beyond judgments about what we thought was possible or impossible. Our minds can get stuck, right? Holding on to past stuff as limits for the future. This new moon is an invitation to genuinely think, hey, maybe the solutions look totally different this time. It's a real mental shift.
And rituals can be super helpful here. High C mentions rituals center us in ourselves and create a continuity that connects the past to the present and the future. For this new moon, the idea is to create a kind of safe haven that can withstand the pressures of the outside world, like building an inner fortress.
Totally. An inner sanctuary. And crucially, the advice is to blend both practical and spiritual solutions. That's really important. High C is pretty clear. You won't get as far if you just try to take charge and be authoritative, just muscle through everything. Or on the flip side, if you only do meditation and visualization, just hoping things magically appear. It's about doing both, the inner work and the outer action, holistic.
Okay, now let's dig into something really dynamic. This new moon in Virgo, it's making a square to Uranus. Now, squares in astrology usually mean tension, right? A challenge that pushes us. So what does this specific tension, this Virgo-Uranus square, mean for you listening right now in your everyday life?
Yeah, squares definitely bring challenge. This one creates disruptions to order. Expect sudden or surprising things to pop up. It really demands flexibility. You have to be willing to let go of that typical Virgo need for everything to be just so perfectly controlled. This aspect It disrupts routines, exposes faulty systems, and demands innovative upgrades. Upgrades to how we live, how we work, even how we think. It's like the universe saying, "Where are you too rigid? Loosen up."
And naturally, when things get disrupted like that, we might feel stressed, right? Worried about what's next, anxious about leaving the familiar behind. That's totally human. So if you're feeling that stress, what's the advice? How do we handle it?
The guidance is pretty clear. Don't fight the stressful situations. Work with them. Stay open to new ideas. Actively look for different options, alternatives. If you can shift into that adaptable mindset, things won't feel quite so overwhelming. Pushing back just builds more pressure, usually. Acceptance, flexibility. That creates room for solutions.
Okay, to really bring this home, let's jump into High C's story scope for the day. It's called The Unwritten Future. Picture this village, Vera. Everything is patterns, neat rows, careful records, rules passed down forever. Their new moon ritual, super traditional. Gather, write intentions on parchment, burn them in a big fire, send the wishes up. You know the drill.
But this new moon felt different. Maren, the village astrologer, she stands up and gives this stark warning. She says, "The moon of Virgo is square Uranus tonight. Order is not what it seems. Prepare for what will not go as planned."
Whoa, imagine the silence after that. And then, like a confirmation, a flash of lightning in the distance, the disruption was literally signaled.
And it didn't take long for her words to come true. Chaos starts rippling through Vera. Tools break tools that never break. The big water clock cracks and sputters. Even the bees, usually so precise, right? They ditch their perfect hexagonal combs to build erratic spirals. It sounds like the whole system, even nature, was getting shaken up. It just perfectly illustrates that astrological forecast, doesn't it? Faulty systems, unexpected disruptions. Absolutely. And the villagers' reactions, so human. Some yelled for stricter rules, trying to clamp down harder on control when faced with chaos. Others wanted to just retreat into meditation, like hoping to spiritually bypass the whole mess.
Yeah.
But neither worked. The rituals they always relied on, they felt brittle, like the old ways just couldn't hold anymore. It perfectly echoes that astrological advice.
Hmm.
You need both practical and spiritual approaches, not just one or the other.
So, okay, we have this intense Uranus square shaking things up, but what else is bubbling under the surface with this new moon? Any other planets adding to the mix?
Oh yeah, it's a busy sky. The sources point to other aspects too. You've got Saturn, that's structure, responsibility, and Neptune, dreams, illusions, maybe confusion, both making a quincunx to the new moon. The quincunx is kind of an awkward angle,
Yeah.
often points to imbalance, adjustments needed. So it can lead to feeling somewhat emotionally constrained or uncertain, a bit off kilter.
Okay, constrained or uncertain. What else?
Then Jupiter, the planet of expansion, forms a semi-square. That's a minor challenge, which can nudge us towards reacting in a defensive way, maybe overreacting a bit. And Pluto, planet of deep transformation, power, social shifts, also quincunx the new moon. So that weaves in themes of social change and public reactions into our personal experience. It's a complex picture.
It sounds like a lot of challenging, maybe slightly uncomfortable energy swirling around. But wait, you mentioned something else. The Chiron and Eris trine the new moon. Does that offer a different pathway? A trine is usually more harmonious, right?
Exactly. That's the counterpoint. Here's where the real potential for opportunities for healing and personal empowerment comes in strongly. The trine means flow, opportunity. But the crucial first step, according to the source, is to acknowledge the unresolved fears and wounds. The stuff that's maybe been quietly undermining your confidence, your ability to stand up for yourself in healthy ways. You have to face that stuff first. That's where the healing starts. Chiron is the wounded healer. Eris sparks change through disruption, together in a trine. Powerful medicine.
Okay, let's go back to Maren in the story. That night, she has this intense dream. She sees Saturn, heavy like iron, weighing her down with responsibility. Then Neptune, misty, confusing her, and Pluto, weaving shadows, whispering about these huge changes nobody can really control. It sounds like she was feeling the full weight of all those aspects we just talked about.
She absolutely was. But then, and this is the turning point in the dream, two other figures arise.
Yeah.
Chiron, the wounded healer, shows up. His hands are scarred from old wounds, yet glowing with a healer's fire. Incredible imagery. And then Eris appears, wild-eyed, carrying a torch that could burn away fear. Eris often represents that necessary discord that wakes us up. And their message together, it was crystal clear. The future cannot be ordered into existence. It must be healed into being, begin with the broken places, and let the light through.
Wow.
That's the core wisdom right there.
So powerful, healed into being. When she woke up, Maren gathers the villagers again, but this time, instead of asking for neat, tidy intentions, she asks them to do something completely radical for Vera, to speak aloud their fears, the grief they had buried, the doubts they had hidden, the hurts that made them lash out defensively. Can you imagine? And as they did, the air just grew thick with honesty, raw, real connection happening.
Yeah, a total shift. And only then did Maren light the fire. But this time, no neat little parchments. The flames ate up scraps of the villagers' fears, their confessions, their old beliefs about what was or wasn't possible, all that heavy stuff. The smoke that rose was unruly yet beautiful. And afterwards, this deep stillness fell. They watched their old burdens literally burn away.
And the result, the old rigid order they clung to, gone. But what replaced it was something more flexible, a willingness to innovate, to reimagine, to connect with one another in their humanity instead of just their rules. So the breakdown led to a breakthrough, something more adaptable, more human. That feels like a huge shift.
It absolutely is. And that final line from the StoryScope, it just lands so perfectly. And though the future remained unwritten, for the first time, they did not fear the blank page. They welcomed it. It captures that profound change from needing control to embracing the unknown, but with this open-hearted possibility. Not fear, but welcome.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening and navigating your own reality right now? This deep dive really shows that as Virgo season starts, shaping your world, getting through disruptions, it's not just about perfect plans or tight control.
No, it's about having the courage to mix that practicality with real spiritual openness. It's about looking at the unresolved matters that might still need tending to, and it's about finding the strength to let go of old fears, old beliefs that are holding you back. It really is about healing your way into that unwritten future, letting something new grow from those mended places within you.
So here's something for you to think about, your provocative thought for today. Where in your life might you be clinging really tightly to an old order, maybe a written future that just doesn't fit anymore? What broken places inside might need your gentle acknowledgement so that healing can transform them? And maybe, what fears or old beliefs are you finally ready to toss into the fire, ready to truly embrace that blank page of what comes next?